What's up, peeps? Spencer Smoot here. Thanks for watching today. I am doing a reaction to Inside Star Citizen, the docking dock of the bay, because I can't talk today. Ha! That rhymed. Anyway, so so I've been kind of gone for a while. I'm trying to come back and get back into it. Hopefully my autofocus stops autofocusing. Can I just do this? Do you see my face? Yes. Cool. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I'm doing stuff. I'm trying to get back into Star Citizen. I took a break because just life, right? But anyway, um, yeah, here we go. Just a reaction, just real quick, and I'm excited. Like I just did the Orson and the vehicle degradation, so excited about it and decided to do another one. So here we go. Am I focused? I think so. Am I focused?
We took a lot of inspiration from sort of real life docking UIs and procedures, and we distilled it down into what was really important.
The process as a whole feels very satisfying to go through.
Docking is actually an easier experience than we thought it would be because of how useful the UI is in explaining what you need to do.
With our implementation as we have it right now, you would target like what you're wanting to dock with. So with this case of a ship to ship, it's you're targeting the constellation.
Making the Merlin attached to the Connie has been an interesting challenge of tech that we've put in. We've kind of pushed forward the physics grid tech. We're one of the first features to use the new ability for us to connect two physics grids together, which is a feature that had been in development in sort of lower level engine tech for quite some time.
Yeah.
But we're testing that on a real gameplay feature. We've made a new airlock that lets you properly airlock at the back of the constellation when you're going through and opening the little doors underneath the constellation.
Oh wow.
We've also worked a lot on the sort of transition between the two ships, so getting out of the Merlin, getting back in, making that experience really smooth.
Let's say we're starting from, you've gone out down to a planet on your Merlin and you've decided that you're going to come back up and start docking again. You will target as if you were targeting to fire on your ship, but instead of attacking it, you press, for now we have it as set to a key, which currently is the same as the landing key, that will essentially send a request to your ship, at which point your docking doors will start opening. You'll get some fancy little HUD coming up of the docking alignment.
What could go wrong?
You have two options. You have an automatic mode and a manual mode.
The landing button is what you would use to dock, but if you hold it down similar to auto landing, you can get an auto dock feature, which will fly your ship up and then connect it for you.
It's much quicker and I guess more satisfying to use the manual docking, which you'll have to align all of the values yourself.
And so we've made this thing where there's like a ring that shows you.
It's really cool that they give that player that option to the player, right? Because it would be really easy to say, okay, it's just auto docking, right? We're just going to do that for now because it's like, we just got to get this feature out. But it's cool that they went that far to give it to the player because yeah, it's just important. Like it's important for Star Citizen to be like that. Like they're trying to give everything to be manual, so you have to touch everything, and that's super cool. That's super cool about their design, so and design philosophy. So yeah.
How aligned you are. So it has these three little dots, one around the outside of the ring, and then
good.
Two in the middle. And as you like align your Merlin with the back of the constellation, these dots will line up in the center, and you know that you've then aligned your ship. And then there's a little box. As you move your Merlin around relative to the constellation, this little box moves around, and the goal is to get the box in the center, and that's when you know that you are like pretty much matched up exactly in the right place.
You'll be able to get out and be straight into your constellation. If you don't own the constellation, it's a little bit different.
If you're trying to dock with a constellation that's not yours, then the owner of the constellation will get a message saying, hey, Dave's trying to dock with your constellation. Are you okay with that? If you press no, then they'll get turned away. If you press yes, then the docking doors on the constellation will open, and then you're free to go and dock.
I wonder later on if they're gonna do like hacking play, so you can actually like hack into like the ship, right? And like I want to dock and just kind of like have this stuff open up and you can dock at it.
Exciting part of this is that this will be the first version of ship spawning that we release. So when you go to your ASOP menu in the station, spawn a constellation, and you have set that on the docking port, you have a Merlin there. You can set that in your VMA in your Mobi-Glass.
That's cool.
And if that is set, then when you spawn the constellation, there will be a Merlin there. And equally, if you unattach it or remove it from the docking port in your VMA, and then despawn your constellation and spawn back again, it won't be there. We don't quite know when we will expand this to other ship-in-ship spawning situations, but I'm pretty confident that this is a good first step in this direction, and certainly going forward it's going to be easier and easier for us to do this kind of thing. Ship-to-station docking.
Yeah, so like the way that game design usually works is they usually try to go, well, most programming in general, they usually try to get the thing to work first, right? And then after that, iterations are way faster because you kind of have we're going this way, and you eventually kind of find where you're going. And that's just what's interesting. Like they have a place, and now they can iterate through, and it's going to be my assumption is going to be faster through like the rest of the docking. I'm not sure how many ships actually need like ship-to-ship docking, like that versus like are they gonna have that for the 890 jump, right? Like I'm not sure if they're gonna have that. They probably won't have that HUD, but like, do they have some type of thing to help that? Because it's super hard to like dock on that thing. And also, are they going to be able to spawn? They didn't really go into that, but Constellation needs some love. So I heard it hasn't got love in a long, long time, but it's cool. It's super cool. Super cool.
Is quite a different process to Constellation and Merlin docking, but we've tried to keep it as similar and consistent as possible. The first two ships that have ship-to-station docking will be the Hammerhead and the 890.
With the case of ship-to-station, you're targeting the entire station as a whole. If you have the right docking ports and you have permission to dock there, it'll kind of search for the docking ports that it has, and if it has docking ports free of like the right size, it'll begin the docking process. And very similar to ship-to-ship docking, it'll be a nice little HUD showing up.
Once you are accepted docking permission, you'll see this arm animating out to reach some point, and you will be guided to the point where the arm will be when it's finished its animation. So if you manage to maneuver in place before the arm finishes its animation, then it will just animate and connect. Otherwise, it'll be there, and then you can fly up and connect to it. And once that's happened, you're pretty much then joined with the station, and you can walk out of your ship, open your doors, walk through the docking arm into the little lobby area that we built.
So cool. It just makes it more space.
We've got
space
a
ships.
docking port relative mode that will basically let you kind of change view so that you're like looking as if you were looking out through the docking port.
Okay.
And we'll also change
Makes
the
sense.
control scheme as well, so that if you're trying to align and you find it difficult to do it by looking through the cockpit, you can do it by looking through the docking port.
We've been really trying to make the experience pleasant for the players. I think long term we would really like it if there's some kind of like docking management MFD screen in your ship. So, you know, if you're in the Hammerhead, there's like a little terminal where you can pick the docking port that you want to attach to on your ship, and similarly you'll make requests to the air traffic control to dock on the station.
I'm just pleased with how smooth it can feel. An analogy I'd use, I guess, would be like doing a really good parking job. It feels really similar. That moment where you kind of align perfectly and the square goes green and all of the little indicators are telling you that you've done a good job. It's just really satisfying.
When the first version of docking comes online in the upcoming Alpha 3.13, it'll be an exciting next step in realizing the full potential of some of Star Citizen's largest and smallest spacecraft alike. But up next,
Okay, so this is gonna be this video. Super cool. I like the design. Like the UI design is just very, like, I think it's on point, right? Because like with UI design, you always want it. If I can actually find it, you always want it to be, so anybody can really like sit down and use it. Like you don't want it to be too complicated. So it's kind of just like, I don't know what to do. Unless that's the design goal. But anyway, so like they want it to be super simple. So like this is kind of the easiest way, right? Like a line and here we go, right? And it's ingenious. It's ingenious in a way. Really cool. And I'm looking forward to seeing it in game. You know, it's probably gonna be different. Like they didn't really cover. Can you dock while you're moving? Right, like that's type of stuff. Eventually, I assume that you can, but you know, who knows? And you know, like I was talking about the 890 jump docking and the like with this ship, not the docking 2, but like with I forget what ship this is called. Merlin. There it goes, right there. With the Merlin, like docking that. So. That's this video for now. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna do the second half, and it'll just be somewhere on my channel. Like and subscribe if you like what you see. And you know, I'm hoping to upload more. Just bear with me. So, just a lot of stuff, moving parts everywhere. So, but yeah, thanks for watching.